Are you guys doing some of the big cans, like the 19
twos are coming? Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about some of that kind of mindset a little bit from, packaging something in a 12-ounce can versus a 16-ounce can versus a bomber versus, like, how does that change kind of?
Well, first you have to have the infrastructure. So you have to have the equipment.
Right.
Oh my gosh,
right?
the infrastructure. So, it's a real deal.
Yeah, it's
expensive. It's a whole new line of machinery. I can't totally talk to all the ins and outs of it, but it's an investment.
We're actually reconfiguring our entire packaging line right now to enable 19.2s.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know there are some canning lines that you can just change, but the process to change them is a very long process.
Yeah.
And that's assuming that you're not cranking out a bunch of packaging.
Well, that's what we're doing right now. We're actually getting ready for that, and we've had to schedule it out for like a year so that we can enable this reconfiguration to allow us to package 19.2s. And then the other thing that you think about with 19.2s is you may not be able to get the cans.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So you can go, and then I don't even know who digitally prints 19.2s. I don't even know I know you can do 16 ounce. Can you digitally print a 19? I'm not sure on that one.
I'm not sure.
So
Maybe.
like we were thinking, can we pull forward 19.2s? Because one, we have to reconfigure the packaging and bring in new equipment. And then you're shutting down. Like I don't know if it's a week. It might just be a weekend. You have to shut down.
Right.
Which then you're losing those packaging runs. And then right when we're getting ready to pump out innovation, by the way, with spring resets, is can you even get the cans?
Right. 19.2s are interesting too because it's potentially a different consumer that's purchasing that product too. They're in convenience stores. They're blowing up right now. I mean, it's super interesting. The bombers have kind of gone by the wayside, but this like more affordable, bang for your buck 19.2 is exploding. So we're trying to get in there. We'll have Juicy Truth and Truth, and then there'll be an element of one of our Imperials will be there too. There's a lot of Imperials on the shelf for 19.2.
It's
so many.
So opposite of the way I would think
that
the market would kind of want things to be, and I see it across the board with all other places too. Like I'm like I just want like a crispy, like hazy, or crispy boy, or like a hazy, easy drinking beer, like a light fruited sour. Like that's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all these big beers. I'm like, oh,
so many
okay.
It's
surprising. Things like that surprise you. You're like, oh man, I wouldn't have thought. But then you think about it in retrospect. Like,
it's the way the bombers were though too.
Yeah,
you didn't see light beers in bombers. You saw the big beers.
True. There's an affordability aspect of it too. Like I'm going to get a 10% alcohol beer for this amount of money.
Yeah.
It's this. I'm getting a more volume.
And you're also getting a warm beer by the time you finish it.
That's the thing. There's no way I could drink one fast enough.
I'm a slow drinker.
I think you're supposed to share it with your friends or something.
Right.
I think that's the idea of it.
It is fascinating though, because like maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years, it wasn't like high ABV wasn't really.
It's huge right now.
It's everywhere. Yeah, and then you look at your seltzers too, and everyone's doing like now they're seltzer with the surge with the 8%.
Everything was session, and now everything's it's like a reaction.
That's what when you talk about like planning and strategy, and like we're thinking about 2024, and is it good enough to fast follow versus how do you find that unicorn innovation that is the future of beer? Those are all the conversations we're having all the time, and it is not easy.
Thank you for watching. For more episodes, more importantly for full episodes, go to your favorite podcasting platform, look for Cincy Brewcast, and subscribe to the show. New episodes drop every single Monday, and you can see why we like to call it the voice of Cincy Craft.